I have a very special guest with me today on Magic, Mystery, and Medicine. This is my dear friend Pat.
Hello.
And Pat and I go way back, and actually this is an impromptu
It is.
thing that we're doing here today, because Pat came over for tea and to chat and to reconnect, because it's been a while since we've seen each other. And also because Pat and her daughter are going through a really big journey right now, a really big life experience. And I've been through one recently with the passing of my father back in September. And one of the things that Pat is doing to help her daughter out is to do a benefit to raise money to help her family while her daughter's unable to work as she is recovering from the cancer that she's dealing with right now. And Pat reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to donate something to the silent auction at the birthday party. So it's a birthday party and silent auction to raise money. And so as we were just sitting here talking and having our tea, and we were having this amazing conversation about what it's like to go through these kinds of experiences, the ups and the downs and the emotional response, and just everything that it takes to show up for ourselves and show up for the other person as all of this is happening. We got inspired. And in fact, the card, I love this, the card that Pat pulled when she came into the house was inspiration.
Inspiration, perfect.
And then I said, without knowing that, I said, hey, what about, would you be willing to, let's put together a video that talks about what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it, and share a little bit about ourselves and our own story with each other too, as a way to help promote and make people aware of what it is you're doing.
Acknowledge and celebrate.
Acknowledge and celebrate,
community, the roots that go back, like how we met and where that moved to, and now to come back, because it's been a few years since we've connected. Where do I start? Where do you start?
Oh my goodness, well, we figured out it's about 8 years ago. And, sorry, I thought I turned off the sound. Talk about communicating and connecting.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to do that. Okay, there we go. 8 years ago or so, we met through another beautiful woman who lived in our town at the time, Devi Chandra, who was also a student of mine. And we connected through her, essentially. Or you heard about me
took some of her courses, and she had mentioned that she had anyways, you guys met and did some training together, or she trained you, or something?
No, she trained with me.
Okay. Anyways.
I was doing intuitive development courses in those days.
That's right.
Yeah, and she came to take that
down
class.
The road, I went to another group of women who get together to support each other through business and other adventures, and I heard your name, and I went, oh, that's that woman, I have to get to know her. So we connected then.
We did, yes.
And at that time you were offering introduction workshop at a really perfect price for me to go, I want to do that. Was it increasing intuition, I think? Was that?
It would have been intuitive development.
Intuitive development.
It was the intuitive intensive.
That's it.
That's what it was called.
So I said, yes, put me down there. And that was it. And we took off from there.
We took off from there.
Yeah.
And then you came to the metaphysical meetups that I used to hold.
And we introduced the heart cards, which was a beautiful, that's kind of why, that is why I've come back to Megan. I was thinking, I know the heart cards have been important to me, and I've used them a lot. And I thought, wouldn't that be a great offering for the auction to offer up a set of the heart cards? Heart cards, they're so important to me because oracle cards are so beautiful and a lot of people use them. But this is somebody local that I know and have taken workshops with, so I have a personal connection with the heart cards.
Yeah, and you were you were there for this journey.
Exactly.
You were there
I was there when you opened that first set.
But yeah, opened the first set, and actually when we did the first publication, which was our own self-publishing through Pentorium here in Victoria, do you remember they were in the organza bag?
That's right.
And it was the one that was the book and the cards, and then eventually we added the journal.
Yes.
So that's what we originally started with, and we sold a ton of those. We had them in shops and things, and then
you took the big order.
We took the big order. We stepped up and we went to Hay House in Balboa.
And now Hay House has these.
That's right. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. So here's this beautiful box set. So this is what we're going to be auctioning off.
It off.
Yeah. So you get the bookmark. You get 2 books in here. There's the guidebook, and this talks about my story, the story that you knew, sharing about why these hearts were important to me and how I took them and why I took them.
Such a beautiful story.
What I was going through at the time.
Anybody can relate to this, so
yeah.
Yeah.
And then have you seen the new book? Have you seen it?
One, How New? I think so.
Okay.
Haven't I? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So this one has the full color photos of each of the hearts, and then explanations for them and how to work with them.
And that's all your artwork. It's all your photography.
Yeah, all my photography.
And they're all local or fairly local places. So it really brings it home and makes it so personal.
You could even find some of these hearts if you looked for them. Some of them.
Yes, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I have.
And then there's the journal. So you've got a place to write your thoughts and your musings and your journalings and your card pulls. And then it comes with this beautiful box. These are the 42 heart cards. And I've got some loose ones, so we're gonna play with them in a minute, just to demonstrate.
And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we pulled a card for today?
Yeah. So here, I've got this.
So
we've got this pile here. And then there's also this really cool pen that you get in it.
It's so good.
You've got everything.
And you can write in here, and it's really neat, because each page has like a watermark of each of the
each of the cards plus other photos that are relevant.
It was so precious I didn't dare write it.
I've had a few people say that. It's a book unto itself. I don't want to write in it.
Yeah.
I know, that's so great.
So my daughter Kelly, she's familiar with these cards. I have shared them with her.
Oh, beautiful.
Several friends, I've brought them to parties. I've brought them to Hornby, where I go every year with friends. I've brought them to the dances, a couple of 5 rhythm dances, and had them available. I think Dance Temple too.
Oh, I love that you did that.
And because they're so beautiful and unique, and So should I?
Yeah.
See what happens?
Do we want to just do a general "How is my heart" to start with?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do what I always do: is tap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So I'm putting my energy into these cards. Oh, my heart is just so full and appreciative of everything, everybody right now, and the people who are stepping up. Oh, I'm so moved by this. So there's a gift in all of the things that happen to people, even the most difficult things. There's gifts for all of us. Okay, so I'm going to let one drop out. And let's see.
Something that keeps coming to my mind as we've been talking, Pat, is that what you're experiencing with community showing up for you in such a beautiful way is that really and truly people want to help.
People do.
They just want to help. How can I help you? What can I do to support you? Let me do this. Let me do that.
I think I might just pick one. You know what? That's the one
There
right
it
there.
is.
That's it. Okay.
Beautiful. So this one's called Light Heart. That's
Okay.
perfect. Here, you hold that.
Yeah, I don't have to read it because I can't see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna open it up. What's the number on the card?
18.
Number 18. Okay, right there. Okay.
It's very beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's like a white oyster shell, I believe,
Yeah.
in a heart shape, and it's on this very black, very dark background.
So it says, "You bring light to others even in their darkest hour. Your wisdom and compassion helps others to see their own value. Bring your gifts to the world needs the authentic you."
That's very appropriate, isn't it?
It's so beautiful. So hold on to that card. Yeah, keep that card.
Okay.
So I go on to say, "Some people are simply kind-hearted in every fiber of their being. You've heard them described as not having a mean bone in their body. Has this ever been said about you? Do you connect with the kindness that resides in you? This can be a cruel world, yet the best way to heal cruelty is to be kind to it. This beautiful oyster shell heart glows like a beacon. You are being asked to follow your heart's path to do those things that reflect your inner kindness. Kindness is not the same as never saying no or not respecting your needs. Finding light around you is as important as being the light for others. If your relationships do not reflect your inner kindness, it may be time to say no and move to brighter horizons."
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
See, I said we might cry. We'll probably cry. There's a lot of emotion.
There is.
Okay, so it's my turn now. So you keep that one. That's for you.
Okay.
That's for you. You just get to keep that one. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do at all the shows that we go to. We have a pile of cards that we've printed up specifically to give out to people.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
we-
remember doing
yeah.
one of those with you.
That's right,
that
we do these
time.
little
Or
mini-
a couple
mini
of shows,
readings.
A couple of shows, the Intuitive Arts
The
Festival.
Educator Arts Festival, that's right. Yeah. Oh, so I got love letters. So this is somebody who's written love on the sand, and I took
Yes.
a picture of it. And it says, if your question is, will I find love? The answer is, love will find you. The harder you try, the harder you push love away. Be open to your own knowing, saying yes to love's possibilities.
And it's everywhere. Like right now.
It's everywhere. I know. I love that. I love that it's everywhere. And these cards, each of the messages on the back is something that I went through.
Yes,
It's very, they're very personal that way.
Personal.
So there was a time in my life where I was trying to find love. I was trying to make love work.
Yeah.
And of course, the more you try to make love work.
The worse it gets, I know.
And so when the love letters card showed up, for me it was about the possibilities of trusting that love will show up.
Yeah.
Not trying so hard to make it happen, because we don't have control over love.
Yeah.
Love shows up. It just shows up. And it just shows up. I write in here, I love it when I find a love note. So somebody wrote this in the sand, and I was walking down the beach and I found it and took a photograph of it. I believe that if someone is willing to write such an amazing word in the sand, it must be meant for me and for you and for the next person who walks down the beach. And then the waves take the energy of this word into the ocean and share it with the whole world. Love has a wonderful organic energy. Can you feel it? Stop trying to make love into something that makes sense to you. It doesn't belong in a box of chocolates or an expensive ring. It belongs on the beach. Oh, I'm going to go now.
So good.
It belongs on the beach and in the gentle gestures of each day. A smile, a squeeze, a kiss on the cheek. Avoid letting the challenges of life get in the way of love.
Oh, this is so beautiful, because I remember this card at Hornby. I think it was maybe the first year I had them, and my friend and I, Gina, who I totally adore, who's going through a health crisis herself right now. I remember drawing, you can draw for someone else, which is really great. So
absolutely.
I think I remember at that time drawing that card that said love letters, and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. So I went to the beach and I did a big heart in the beach and said, you're amazing, I love you. And I got a friend to take a picture of that for me. And then I sent it to her.
That's so
and
beautiful.
then, I made a post out of it too. So I mean, this is how personal this is.
Yeah, it absolutely
beautiful
is.
it is. So Gina, I love you. Still, always.
Yeah.
And blessings for your healing journey as well.
Yeah. Well, and isn't it true that what can sometimes happen, what we can sometimes do to protect ourselves from being hurt again, is to make a choice to not allow love in again. You know, if we've loved someone so deeply and then something's happened to them, either they've died or they've left us or the relationship has, whatever's happened to it, and that pain that we feel in our heart, it's physical pain.
You don't ever want to feel it again.
And we don't. And so what we can choose to do is to close everything down, to protect ourselves. But when we do that, well, we're really shutting ourselves off from community and from love, like the way that it's being expressed for you right now and your daughter. And one of the things that I just loved about the way we were talking before we sat down and continuing to talk is how open you have been to receiving the gifts that people are giving you. You're letting people help you. You're letting people feel good about what they can do to help, instead of shutting them out. You could have shut them out. I mean, you probably couldn't have, but other people could in an effort to keep themselves safe from feeling the pain. But it actually doesn't help to shut ourselves down.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's important to feel it.
Yeah, everyone needs to honor their own personal expression of these things. Like when Kelly was diagnosed, it was back at the end of April, and then it was like such a shock for all of us. Even though her prognosis is really good and she's managing well, she's going through the treatment successfully, it was still such a shock. And becoming aware that financially it was going to be unmanageable. There was like, how are we going to manage this? Are we going to go public? Are we not? Do we want to hunker down, or do we want to open up? And so, that became, well, we'll know when we know. And then getting some help with Gina, my dear friend again, she said, do you want me to do the GoFundMe page? And it's like, yes, please, because we're, she helps with someone else does the administrative stuff sometimes when you're kind of like,
of course,
not,
you're in shock.
Yeah. So she jumped on that and arranged all that, and then worked with Kelly to get the GoFundMe page in a way that was personal enough for her, and ready to click publish. And then we published that. So then it was like, the whole world's gonna know about this, and I want to have that be available. And my daughter's not as outgoing as me, so I needed to honor her and her process and what was the right timing for her. And so that went up, and it was like, bring in the people, bring in the help. Can't do this alone.
No.
I don't think we're meant to do it alone.
We're not, and it's not always an easy lesson to learn that. And I learned it recently with my father and what he was going through. Because normally I would not have let my community know what I was going through. Or I wouldn't have a few years ago. It would have felt like a private experience for the family. However, if I'm going to talk about community, then I need to step into and walk in my community. So when it became obvious that my father was having to go back into hospital after his heart surgery, the heart surgery was a success. But within a day or two of coming home, he got hit with something he picked up in the hospital.
I think I remember reading that on one of your posts at one point.
And so I put it out originally when he went in for the heart surgery. I said to my community, please send prayers and love for him to survive this surgery. It's a big deal. It was an 8-hour open heart, lots of stuff going on. And he did, and it was wonderful, and I just felt this amazing, overwhelming, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this sooner? Like, why have I not been inviting people in to be a part of these experiences, instead feeling like I've got to do this by myself. So everybody rallied, and everyone, it was great, and we succeeded. The prayers worked, and then he took a turn for the worse. And at that point, I thought, well, now I really can't do this alone. Now I really need the prayers and the energy and the love and whatever else people are willing to send. And I was getting emails from all over the world. People I don't know, but who knew the story. They'd lived that same story, and so we brought in community. And that's what you're doing. You're bringing in community. And in the end,
it's so good.
My father didn't survive what he was hit with. The bugs got him in the hospital.
And then you still need support, even more.
Yes. Yeah. So even afterwards, then there was the funeral. Then there was all these people sending cards and showing up and bringing food and being there, and our jobs when we're going through these kinds of experiences, our job is to receive, right? Because we don't have anything to give when we're going through that, right?
Yeah.
We don't. We need to receive,
and it takes something to say, and it's actually easier for me to ask for help for my daughter. And people say, yes, Pat, but what about you? And I'm going, I'm good, I think. And, how's she doing? She's doing good, and I'm going to do this. I'm doing what I can. She's, really quite independent. I haven't been super, involved with her. So it's been more from the outside, almost. And, we'll get together a couple of times, but... personalities are very different. Everybody knows me on Facebook, and there's Pat again. She's posted another 5 pictures of something or another.
They're beautiful pictures.
I love that. Yeah, it's my expression, whereas hers is different. And it's been so great, the different people that I've asked to maybe donate something, and other people are coming to me, hey Pat, I'll donate this, and I'd like to do that. And I just met with Joanne Winstanley, my first 5 rhythms teacher. I met her maybe 15 years ago when I first started dancing. And wow, it's such a flashback of the history of the people that impact you in a beautiful way, to connect up with her. And she says, yes, I'll donate, class passes for the auction, and let me help. People just like, let me be a part of this journey. Because I think everybody can relate to when things go sideways. Who hasn't related to somebody who's had challenges, health or otherwise, and offering and asking for help. Yeah.
So
And for me, I get to play.
Yeah,
because this is like my 65th birthday.
Thank you, that's where
and
I
I'm
was about
going,
to
yuck, and I don't want to be that old. But then again, oh, shut up, right? One of my favorite things when I get in, I just shut up and dance. As soon as I hit the dance floor, it's just shut up and dance.
Can we make that into bumper
Yes.
stickers?
Shut up and dance.
Shut up and dance.
Yeah, there's a song. It's the shut up and dance.
Okay, I don't get out much,
Anyway.
obviously.
So many times I push myself onto the dance floor and just say, shut up and dance, Currently dancing regularly with Anne-Marie Hokia at the 5 Rhythms on Wednesdays for years now. And I crew for Anne-Marie, and she's like, what can I do? And everybody's like, what can I do to help?
So this event that we keep alluding to
It's also my 65th birthday.
Pat's birthday party.
So I thought, why not bring them together? Shut up and dance, have a good time, Pat. I know I have lots of people I've been dancing with for years, and some brand new. And what a rich community that is. So this is a real demonstration of that. That everybody can come together and have a really good time.
And it's
we can
uplifting.
benefit my daughter as well. And my granddaughter's going to remember that. That's my grandma.
That's
right.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful, demonstration of so many things, of community, of allowing help and receiving, of being there for your daughter, of that mother-daughter, granddaughter generation. Of healing.
And celebration of life
and celebration.
now, while we're alive. Don't wait.
Exactly.
Later.
Yes. I just think it's so beautiful, and I feel really honored that we were able to get together today.
Yeah, but she says, would you mind if we maybe did a little video? We could get just like, hell yeah, shut up and do the video.
That's right.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so when is this event happening?
It's
Let's get
November
some details.
22nd. It's next Friday.
Okay.
My birthday is the day before. But this was a great day, a Friday being a day where, and all the people involved, like the musicians and the DJs, are all from the dance community.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I reached out to them and I said, hey, this is what I have a vision for creating a dance celebration and fundraiser for my daughter, and it's my birthday, and they're stepping up. I've got Alex King, who does dance tempo on a regular basis. He's a regular, Rara Davis, I think, and he's got Yogi Tunes. Very well known in the dance community. I've got another friend, Jeff Lawrence. He's a DJ, does electronic music. I actually haven't heard his music, but I've seen, and I adore Jeff. So it's like, hey Jeff, you want to do this? He said, yeah, Pat, I'll do it. I'll make something fun for you.
Yeah.
And then I thought, we've got a lot of musicians who are live, and I thought, I have a sense of doing a couple of fun, sets, and then doing a jam, like having the musicians come and bring their drums and bring their guitars and bring
so much fun.
And then another dear friend, she said, I could bring my didge. I could do didge, and it's like,
oh my goodness.
I know. So it's been so fun.
Yeah. So how do people find out about it?
I have a
Where do they go?
Facebook event.
Okay.
Pat's birthday bash. We'll put a link there.
Okay.
And so the Facebook event, it is public. And then on the event pages, I've been posting some of the art items for auction. I've posted about 15, and there's got to be another 10 more on top of that, including these
Heart's
cards.
Make sure you bid.
Yes, they will be there. And dance, yoga passes, there's just so many things.
And who can come?
Well, everyone can come.
Okay, all ages?
Yes, it's family friendly, no alcohol on site. It's very much, we're dance people, everything else people can bring some snacks. We'll probably have a few things there. It is a fairly small venue, so maximum capacity at 90. I think probably people will come and go, so it should be all right.
Okay.
I'm asking for a donation of $20 at the door. You could send me an email transfer for 15 before, but it might be just easier to do the door thing.
So if people want to connect with you who are not
Yeah.
already connected with you on Facebook, they find you under Pat Valks.
Pat Valks with an
Valks
S.
with an S, Valks.
Yeah, there's my email, patwillanswer, patwillanswer@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's another way. I do have a GoFundMe page up for Kelly.
Okay. Yeah, so
So
if they
connect up with
me,
Megan and
you
she'll
can
tell you how to
That's
get
right.
hold of me.
I'm definitely going to try to be there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just sounds like such a beautiful way to connect with community, to support one another, to celebrate you. Right? You're the party princess that day.
And I've got a great dress, and this is important.
There's a good dress to be shown as well. Okay, beautiful. So let's pull one more card before we say our goodbye. So what will this card be?
First thing you said was what I said was future, like moving forward, taking all of this and bringing all of this, that everybody is involved can benefit from this in a way that they can take something with them and enhance their own lives, like celebration of life now. What does it say? Love message!
The beautiful arbutus trees.
Aw.
Do you know how loved you are? Do you know your self-worth? Love expands all around you.
This
It
is so
opens
perfect.
you, it scars you, and it grows you.
It definitely scars,
Make a
but
difference.
the scars are beautiful. You see there's
Yeah.
a carving in the arbutus here.
Make a difference with your love.
See everything this is so perfect. You see how great these cards are. This is so perfect. Thank you, Megan.
You're
Oh my
very
gosh.
welcome. Well, if you are the lucky winner of the auction for the Hearts cards, blessings on you.
And then you could always buy them.
When you fall in love with them,
Yes.
come to my website or come to me personally. We're also in shops and any of the stores locally, especially the metaphysical shops.
Yeah.
If they're not currently carrying us, you can ask them to order in. We've got a distributor in Canada. We're also online. Lots of different ways that you can get your own copy. Makes a beautiful gift.
And workshops. How many workshops do? You have oil essences. You have like a whole. Please check out Megan's website. So much to offer. She's gotten so big since the first time that I did an introduction class.
Yeah.
Kind of, let's get some people in here, and she's grown bigger and bigger, and so.
Yeah. And I've done it with community,
Yes,
right? I mean, that's the theme.
that's what it's about.
It's really about community.
Oh,
And that's our
that must
time.
be
How
the bell.
perfect! That's the bell.
oh my God.
Thank you, everybody, and please come out on the 22nd. Connect up with Pat. Be your wonderful, beautiful selves.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.